Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I'm going to be trying out the Hybrid Gila that I made for T4 Firestorms with a Tech 2 Afterburner now. I'm not using the Gistum C-Type anymore. As you can see here, using this. I probably will be still rocking the 10MN C-Type because even though it costs 80 million less to use a Tech 2, I still like the C-Type because we do get more speed. We go like 700 plus meters a second with the C-Type. See here, 713. And also we have quite a bit more capacity. Now, it's not a massive difference, but with this, it's like really borderline stability, and I don't like that. It's not a big difference at all, like 1.7 to 2.4, like barely any difference, but still, it just comes very close to zero, and I don't like that. Like all it would take is just one newt, and we would be neuted out, really. And I mean, it's not going to make a whole big difference with 1 gigajoule extra, but I think it's still good to have some sort of buffer of capacitor, even if it is putting a little bit extra bling, and not only that, but also the extra speed, which will help a lot in the Kerberos Tyrannos rooms. Okay, we've got an Angel Wave. Let's get to work. This is going to be pretty cheeky because they do actually do quite a bit of damage with their EM damage. We don't have a lot of EM resist, so we are probably going to have to actually overheat, possibly. We'll see how it goes. Let's just make sure they're in range first. 3 elite Lucifers. Okay, let's go get to work. Hope they die quick. Yeah, they've got shields, so they'll probably die very quickly. We'll just keep a little bit of range here, really. Okay, good. We've got a big buffer, so we'll have a big buffer to be able to survive the initial aggro. Come on, wreck his face. Good. There we go. Now we go and attack this guy. It just really, this wave is difficult because you have a very big EM hole. Well, not very big, but it's like relatively big, like 41 compared to the other resistances. So it's our worst resistance, and they do almost only EM damage. They do a bit of explosive too, which is nice because we've got a big explosive resistance. Oh, they're attacking my drone. Don't attack my drone! See if we can rescue that drone, I doubt, because they're going to webify a lot. DPS, let's get this guy out here. Yeah, there's very little DPS now on the grid that the 2 Lucifer Cinnabals are down. Because really all the DPS comes from the Cinnabals, especially the elite ones. The elite Cinnabals do much more DPS than the normal Cinnabals. The normal Cinnabals do also a lot of DPS. What I mean is just that these are high priority targets. The elite Lucifers, they have really good application, pretty good tank, and hit like a truck. But when you take them out, there's nothing really to fear left. Dramiels are what you want to take out, really, if there's anything left, but there's no Dramiels here. So we could probably, to be honest, go for this Medusa over here because he's webifying us, and we don't want to be slowed. Make our site completion slower. It would be so nice to get all these extraction nodes. Like, look how many extraction nodes there are over here. Potentially like 10 million from each of these. It would be so nice to get them. Fortunately, it'll just take us a lot of time to do that. Who's taking out my drones? He's yellow boxing my drones. Like, I could use an MTU. I just really can't be bothered with the MTU. Sorry. But it probably would be good to do it. But on the other hand, like, the filament cost is so cheap that it's not like where you're doing an electrical site and you want to get as much out of the filament as possible because the price of the filament is so expensive. Here, really, it's just all about doing the sites as quick as possible because the filaments cost nothing. So it's just to extract as much ISK as quick as possible out of these sites. So if that comes at the cost of having to skip some of the nodes, I think that's an okay thing. But you can see here we've got absolute crap loot now from this bioadaptive cache. We could probably, I can imagine, it wouldn't surprise me if we had picked all these extraction nodes up, that it would have actually been more collectively than this. Wait, didn't pick up? What? Hello, stupid loot retrieval. It just, sometimes it happens like that. I click, but it just decides to not. I think it's when I move out of range or something like that. Give me the loot. There we go. Thank you very, very much. I used to have a Wi-Fi internet. Like, right now I'm using a cable like an Ethernet cable. I used to have a Wi-Fi internet, and I had big problems. Like sometimes I would remember when I would go to these extraction caches, and then I would click, and then I did see it for a split second in my cargo hold, and then I move, and then I this way it's back there in the extraction node because it was lagging. It was didn't register somehow. But the ancient wave there went down very quickly. Really no issue whatsoever. Okay, what have we got here? Attacker Marshal, Disparu Troop. And we go back here, deploy drones, and attack this guy. And now we're going to go for the... You got drain. Let's go for the drain enforcers because there's only one Marshal. These guys do a lot of DPS and newt hard as well. So we want to go for the enforcers. See the Attacker Marshal, like he does just a tiny bit of damage. I mean, it's no. Oh no, the Marshal. Now it's only one Marshal. I'm not going to talk here, say like it's easy or anything. But that guy just scratched the surface. So we just keep range, and really just no issue whatsoever. This is one thing where the bling Afterburner would help because it would make this process of pulling range a lot quicker. It wouldn't be like really faster, but it would still be quicker. And you want to minimize the time. Like say there were like 3 or 4 Marshals here. I think the worst you can get is 4 Marshals. It would not be a good time. Okay, wreck that guy. Now look, here is where a drone link augmenter comes in very useful. Because now I can just send my drones directly at the Marshal because I've got a drone link augmenter. There we go. Attack this guy. Now we can use our shield booster. It's simple. Not hard at all. But this is a very generous Marshal wave, so I'm not going to say that, oh, look how easy it is. This is a perfect demonstration of the Marshal wave. It can be potentially harder, as I said before, with 4 Marshals. But you can see that they die very quickly. So, I mean, I could, have focused them first. It would have gone down very fast. Especially since we have like hammerheads that do hit like a truck, and they have all the HP in the shields and hardly anything in the armor, which is buffed here in the Firestorm, so it's not like it's going to be affected so much either. Just go towards this might have to cache right here. There's 2 nodes over there. I want to go for them. It'll take a long time though. Yeah, maybe I should bring an MTU next time. I can imagine it's very frustrating for people watching this who always go for the extraction nodes because you could potentially get a lot more ISK. You see that? He hit pretty hard, like 180 damage. That was how much the Marshal was hitting at one point. It's just that they've got very little range, those enforcers, so that's what makes them not particularly dangerous. But if there's a swarm of them and they all get on top of you, they can do a lot of damage. They can do indeed a lot of damage. As at one point I was using my T6 Fit, and I had like 1 Marshal and then a ton of enforcers, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna go for the Marshal because he's got the most DPS, right? But in actuality I pulled range and I was hardly taking any DPS from the Marshal. On top of that, I had these enforcers then, since my drones were the other side of the galaxy, but they were the other side of like the whole site, so they were focusing on the Marshal, and then when the Marshal died I had to have them move towards the enforcers, and that took a long time. So basically I was taking full DPS from those enforcers, and then the enforcers do like most Concord ships, they do predominantly thermal, also a bit of explosive, and I did not have like a good I was doing it in an exotic, I believe, but I did not have a good thermal resistance hardener, or it was, so I had a pretty low thermal resistance, so they got me down very low in my shields. I had to overheat, use extra boosters, like emergency boosters, like I'm talking about the Hardshell Dose 3, I think it was. Like it was a very scary experience, and I was also getting neutered pretty hard too, because they got on top of me. They were drainers as well, drainer enforcer Disparu troops, so they were going crazy on me, and it was a close call there. The Marshal hardly did anything. It was really all from the enforcers, and the enforcer died pretty quickly as well. Okay, another Lucid wave, and this is like super easy. And let's go. Maybe you go here. No, we go for this one there. Okay, entangle and null charge and null charge. Let's go for the upholders or the entanglers, because he will want to hold me in place. I don't want to move slowly. It'll be annoying to move slowly. And we've got a bunch of null charges as well. So we'll go you'll honestly go for the sleeper cruisers or the drifter cruisers first. They've got very low HP, so they go down very quickly. There we go, dead. Now we go for this guy. And I shouldn't be using this drone over here. He's got so little HP, he'll get popped quickly if he takes damage. Well, I'll go for this upholder actually after this guy because he's webifying me. It's very annoying. Can start using our shield booster. There we go. He's dead now. Start shooting our missiles on this guy. Yep, and we move towards this extraction node over here. Good, good, good. Simple, simple. The Hybrid Gila. The Hybrid Gila. He's very, very strong Hybrid Gila. Love it. I absolutely love this fit. And the main reason I like it, to be honest, is that hybrid fits are by themselves pretty uncommon, not very popular in general. Usually it's a full passive or a full active. And oh, taking a bit of neuting pressure now. We should go for these newts over here. There we go. Shoot him. And then on top of that, people hardly ever go, or they do sometimes, but it's rare that you use passive and hybrid fits in the in the Firestorm. So I feel special. I'm sure someone has done this before. Probably people have done like almost every type of fit in the Abyss anyway. Oh, good. We get a bit of a tachyon. That's nice. We can maybe wait here or have our drone move. I'm unsure which will be faster. They're very far away, but the drone will actually move very fast because of the tachyon class, so we'll have it move here. You'll get a little bit of a speed boost as well. He'll see here. This guy. Whee! You see that? Okay. We'll get this loot over here. Hardly anything. I'll go towards the buy it active cache. Good, good, good. Lock up all these guys. Can shoot the missile here. So the Tech 2 Afterburner seemed to work pretty decently. I'll probably still run the C-type in my future runs, but it's really nice that you can replace it. Like, it definitely seems possible, because I would feel a lot safer using the C-type one. It's a lot cheaper though. 80 million are essentially shaving off the fit by removing that C-type Afterburner. So if you want to be very economical, you can use the Tech 2 Afterburner, or you could even use a Tech 1 Afterburner. That would be best if you want to preserve a lot of capacitor. You can see here, if we go for the mono propellant, we have 2.7. It's in fact better in terms of capacitor than the C-type, but it is quite a bit slow. You see, we get 30 extra, whopping 30 extra meters per second by using the Tech 2 one. You can see here. But then with the C-type, we get 700 plus, so I like that a lot. Keep it range. Keep it range. There we go. Good, good, good. Gila is strong. Gila is strong. Recharge our missiles and we'll go exit the site. Hope for no ganks. If there are ganks, it'll be fun to see how well we survive at gank. And to be honest, in some extent, I would like to see it get ganked, because it'll be fun to see if, because I can imagine a lot of people are going to think that the people running the Firestorms are going to have low like resistance in some other type than EM, or maybe, I don't know. If they expect an armor tank, they'll maybe go for explosive. If they expect shield tank, they'll likely go for EM, and we've got crap EM resist, but we got good thermals, so that's nice. It's not like a typical shield tank that usually has low thermal. Okay, we'll dock up back here at the Citadel, dump my loot. So Tech 2 Afterburner on the Hybrid Gila makes it a lot cheaper, to like 560 or 580, 570 million. Like, knocks off 80 million from the fit by using a Tech 2 one. I think I'd prefer to use the C-type, but it definitely is a possibility if you want to be very economical in your abyssal fit. Very smooth, very strong. This Hybrid Gila seems to be done so many sites off camera, and it just is an absolute beast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you earn some dank isk if you decide to use a fit. I'll catch you guys later.